I'm about to walk you through a science fantasy movie known as Upside Down. The story begins with a calm voice explaining the strange laws of its universe, a place that exists with a system called dual gravity. In this reality, two planets float extremely close to one another, so close that each one fills the other's sky. For the people living on the lower world, the citizens of the upper world appear to be hanging upside down above their heads. Both planets follow their own separate gravity fields, which means no one can freely travel between them because their native gravity always pulls them back. Three major rules govern everything. First, every object is affected by only one gravity, the one from the world it was born in. Second, weight can be neutralized using special material from the opposite planet, known as inverse matter. And third, after several hours of contact, any object mixed with inverse matter will eventually start to burn. The upper planet is known as up top, while the lower one is called down below. The living conditions of the two worlds are completely unequal. The world of up top is modern, wealthy, and technologically advanced, while down below is poor, broken, and underdeveloped. Up top controls the system by taking cheap oil from down below and selling electricity back at extremely high prices. They drain the lower world of its resources and grow richer while keeping the other side struggling. Any form of contact between citizens of the two planets is strictly forbidden. Breaking this rule can result in severe punishment, including prison or even death. The only place where people from both worlds are legally allowed to interact is inside the headquarters of a massive corporation called Transworld. This company is built as a giant skyscraper that physically connects the two planets. People from up top are allowed to visit down below for entertainment, like experiencing what it feels like to dance on the ceiling. But the people from down below are never given the same freedom. The narrator of the story turns out to be a young boy named Adam who lives in down below. His parents were killed years earlier in a Transworld factory accident that destroyed a large part of the city, leaving him to grow up in an orphanage. The only family he has left is his great-aunt Becky, whom he visits every weekend. Adam's simple happiness comes from watching airplanes and eating his aunt's special flying pancakes. One day during a visit, Becky reveals her secret recipe for those pancakes. It uses pollen collected by rare pink bees. These bees are special because they travel between both worlds and gather pollen from a place called Sage Mountain. Becky also shows Adam an old book that explains the mysteries of these bees and promises that one day when he's older, the book will belong to him. One day, Becky asks Adam to go and gather pollen from the mountain, and Adam explains that this single moment changes his life forever. He climbs higher than he ever has before and finally reaches the peak. From there, he can clearly see the world of up top for the first time. In his hand, Adam is holding a paper airplane, which he gently throws upward toward the other planet. The plane floats through the air and lands on the surface of up top, where a beautiful young girl discovers it. Adam looks up at her, she looks down at him, and the two exchange a smile that sparks an instant connection. From that moment on, everything changes. Years pass, and Adam grows into a good-looking teenager. The girl's name is Eden, and ever since that first encounter, they've secretly remained connected. They meet at the same hidden spot on the mountain almost every day. On this particular day, Adam waits for Eden once again at the summit. When they meet, Adam uses the second law of gravity to pull her closer to him. He ties a rope made of inverse matter around her body and carefully drags her down toward his world. The two of them run through the forest together, laughing while Adam struggles to hold her in place. But suddenly, gunshots echo in the distance. Panicked, they rush back to the mountaintop. As Adam tries to send Eden back to up top, guards open fire. The rope slips from his hands and Eden crashes onto the ground on her planet. Adam watches helplessly as she lies still, blood slowly flowing from her head. At the same time, the guards capture Adam, drag him away from Becky, and throw him into prison. They even set Becky's house on fire as punishment. 10 years later, Adam is now a young man working in a small mechanic shop with his boss, Albert. He spends his time experimenting with bee pollen, trying to create an anti-gravity formula that could be used for anti-aging face cream. However, the formula only lasts for a few seconds. The advanced equipment needed to perfect it exists only in up top. One day at work, Adam is shocked when he sees Eden on television. He hasn't seen her since that tragic day. He learns that she now works for Transworld. Overjoyed to know she's alive, Adam decides to apply for a job at Transworld, since they can give him the resources to finish his formula. But more than that, he hopes this is finally his chance to reunite with the girl he never stopped loving. On his very first day at Transworld, Adam is completely amazed by the luxurious and futuristic environment. The massive skyscraper is divided into many levels. Floors marked with a plus sign are reserved for employees from up top, while the ones marked with a minus sign belong to workers from down below. Adam is assigned to floor 0, the central level where people from both worlds are allowed to work together. The manager of the facility personally briefs him on the company rules. He tells Adam that as someone from down below, he should consider himself lucky to have such a respected position at Transworld. Before Adam leaves, the manager gives him a serious warning. If he is ever caught stealing inverse matter from up top, he will immediately lose his job and be sent to prison. Later, another employee secretly hands Adam a small piece of inverse matter and tells him to store it in a refrigerator so it won't burn away. After his shift ends, Adam returns to Albert's place, but Albert is furious with him for joining Transworld, claiming that people from up top cannot be trusted and are dangerous. Albert is worried that Adam will end up getting himself killed by working for them. However, after Adam explains his reasons, Albert finally agrees to support him. Meanwhile, Eden is shown attending a therapy group, where it's revealed that she lost her memory during the accident years ago. She remembers nothing about Adam or their past together. Back at work, Adam asks a co-worker from up top named Bob to help him get in touch with Eden. Bob agrees to arrange a meeting. That night, Adam is hanging out with Albert and their friend Pablo. Pablo questions whether all this effort is truly worth the risk. He believes Eden might not even want to see Adam anymore. But Adam refuses to give up and insists that no matter what happens, trying is worth everything. The next day at work, Adam gives Bob a rare collection of stamps from down below as a small bribe. He then throws himself completely into improving his face cream formula. After several days of non-stop work, he finally gets a chance to present his invention to the executives from up top. To demonstrate, he applies the cream to a dog's face, and within seconds, the dog's skin tightens and lifts. The board members are impressed and agree to give Adam more time to extend the effect of the cream. That night, Adam stays late at the office. Once the building is empty, he climbs onto a platform and secretly uses Bob's phone to call the receptionist from up top. Pretending to be Bob, he schedules a private appointment with Eden. Later at Albert's workshop, Albert and Pablo help Adam build a heavy suit made entirely from inverse matter, allowing him to survive in the gravity of up top. However, due to the third gravity rule, the suit will eventually start burning the longer he stays there. The following day, Adam puts on the suit inside a private room at Transworld and disguises himself as an employee from up top. The moment he steps into the suit and boots, their weight cancels out his own gravity, allowing him to walk upside down on the ceiling. He quickly heads toward the floor where Eden works. Adam is thrilled to finally see her again, but she doesn't recognize him at all. One of her co-workers explains that Eden lost her memory in the accident. Adam pretends that he came to meet her because she might be interested in his face cream. He tries to remind her of their childhood moments, hoping something will trigger her memory, but she only smiles politely and laughs. Suddenly, Adam feels intense heat as his suit begins to burn. He panics and rushes into the bathroom, trying to cool himself down with water. When he urinates, the liquid flows upward and hits a smoke detector. This immediately sets off the alarm and security guards start chasing him through the building, but Adam somehow manages to escape. Later that night, Pablo and Albert carefully treat Adam's burns with ointment. Pablo still doesn't trust Eden and believes Adam is risking too much for someone who may never remember him. The next morning at work, an emergency alarm sounds throughout the building. The board announces that several employees are being terminated and Bob's name is included in the list. After the office empties, Adam and Bob sit down for a final conversation. Adam feels guilty, knowing Bob lost his job because of helping him. Before leaving, Bob hands Adam a small box containing his keycard and ID, telling him that with this, Adam can exit Transworld and freely access up top whenever he wants. Later, while Adam is alone, Bob's phone suddenly rings. It's Eden. She's confused about why Adam disappeared the previous day and asks to meet him again. Adam is thrilled and agrees to see her at a restaurant. He returns to a private room, puts on the inverse matter suit once more, and disguises himself as someone from up top. Using Bob's card, he exits the Transworld building and steps into the real up top for the very first time. As he walks through the city, he's completely amazed by everything around him. He soon meets Eden at the restaurant. Adam tries once again to help her remember their past, but it makes her uncomfortable. She's about to leave, but Adam convinces her to stay, and they continue talking for a while. Suddenly, Adam feels heat again as his shoes begin to burn. Realizing time is running out, he rushes outside with Eden, and they plan another date for the next day. His shoes burst into flames, forcing him to sprint toward the nearby ocean and jump in. The moment the shoes fall off, Adam is pulled back by gravity and drops into down below, landing in another sea. He finally makes it home, but ends up catching a cold. That night, Eden dreams about Adam and their childhood, slowly beginning to recover her lost memories. The following day, Adam finally perfects the face cream formula and presents it to the board in a large auditorium. An elderly woman sits next to him, and he applies the cream to her face, which immediately tightens and lifts. The executives applaud his success. At that exact moment, Eden enters the auditorium and spots Adam. She's shocked to realize he's from down below. She calls him Bob in front of everyone, but Adam calmly corrects her and says his real name is Adam. Confused and overwhelmed, Eden runs out of the auditorium. As soon as the meeting ends, Adam puts on his suit and rushes toward up top, desperately trying to find her. He runs through the city searching everywhere, but Eden leaves the building before he can reach her. Adam tries to use Bob's access card again, only to realize it no longer works since Bob has been fired. Now that his identity is exposed, security guards start chasing him. Adam manages to escape, but he has no way to return to down below. With no other option and still unable to locate Eden, he goes to Bob's house to ask for help. Bob is shocked to see him but welcomes him warmly. Adam sits upside down on Bob's ceiling while Bob shows him a special suit he designed. This new suit is built to prevent burning, even after long exposure to inverse matter. Adam then demonstrates the secret of the pink pollen. He mixes liquids from both planets and creates a floating substance that isn't affected by either gravity. Bob becomes worried that Transworld might steal this formula and exploit it, but Adam reveals that he never told the company about the key ingredient, the pink pollen, meaning they cannot reproduce the cream without him. Wearing Bob's improved suit, Adam returns to the same restaurant where he last met Eden. When he approaches her, she's surprisingly happy to see him. Eden tells Adam that fragments of her childhood memories are slowly coming back. Finally, the two share their first real kiss. Unfortunately, border police suddenly arrive, forcing them to separate once again. Adam manages to escape and somehow returns to down below, but the authorities are still hunting for him. His disappearance becomes a major news story. Back in his world, Adam climbs Sage Mountain once again and waits for Eden. After a long time, she finally shows up. The two meet in midair and share another kiss. However, while they are together and up top, a group of soldiers suddenly arrives looking for them. They try to flee, but in the chaos, Adam falls back into down below while Eden is captured by the guards. Adam lands on a tree and survives the fall thanks to his inverse matter suit. As he walks through the streets of down below, two men kidnap him and force him into a car. They tell him that Eden's charges will be dropped if he hands over the face cream formula. After threatening him, they throw him out of the vehicle. Adam now believes he has lost Eden forever and returns to his ordinary life. Meanwhile, in up top, Bob continues experimenting with Adam's formula and discovers that it can completely reverse gravity, allowing people from up top to walk freely and down below. The next day, Eden secretly visits Bob and asks for his help. Later that same day, Adam is working at Albert's shop when Bob suddenly appears. Adam is shocked and asks how he managed to get there. Bob demonstrates that he can now float in the air using Adam's perfected formula without needing any inverse matter gear. He explains that the formula now works permanently, letting any object resist the gravity of either world. Bob also reveals that he bought the beauty cream patent before Transworld could get it, and casually mentions that he has a date. Soon after, Eden finds Adam in down below and reveals that she's pregnant with his child, which explains why she can now exist freely in both worlds. Many years later, huge skyscrapers rise on both planets, showing that both societies have become equal and prosperous. Children from both worlds are seen playing basketball together. Subscribe for more videos like this, turn on notifications, and leave a like to support the channel. Thanks for watching.